It's Friday, and what that means is it is Classic Tabletop RPG Friday here at RPG Elite. Thanks for stopping through for those of you who have, and welcome aboard if you're brand new to the channel. My name is Servant of Shiloh, and this is RPG Elite, the place where I focus on putting the RP back into RPG, and the way that I do that is by giving you tools, tips, tutorials, and real talk about the tabletop RPG space and culture. We're getting back into our classic Traveler RPG series, and we're doing a showcase today. We're going to showcase the stock spaceships that are in Traveler. Now, we're not doing all of them. I'm just going to give you a good sampling. We're going to give you 6 this week and 6 next week. We're going to do some small craft today, non-starships, and we're going to do some starships. So it's going to be a mix of all of these. And we're starting today, but this is how we're going to do this. So the first thing is that this is Classic Traveler. I'm not going to be giving iterations or editions of other ships or the same ships in later editions. Classic Traveler specs is what we will use as we do this showcase. However, I will use images from the newer Mongoose Traveler and Classic Traveler. So we're going to use a mix of this so we can get the full flavor of what these starships looks like on the outside and on the inside. And also, I am not going to explain the terms. Now, those of you who've been following the series, you know I've already explained these specs and everything. So we're just gonna go through them real quick. But if you are new or you missed that and you're like, oh, what is he talking about? Don't worry. I'll have links for my videos for the starship design and what all of these specs mean down in the description below. Now, there is an alternative. You can also just go down in the description as well, and there's going to be a link for a facsimile copy of Classic Traveler, which is absolutely free. You can download it over at Drive-Thru RPG and just follow along or just read up on that stuff before you go through this. So there's another one. That's another thing you can do. And maybe during this whole thing, you're going, I think I want to try out Traveler. You can use a facsimile copy, or if you just want to go all in and maybe try another edition of it, maybe try the latest edition, Mongoose Traveler or whatever, all of those links will be down in the description below for your pleasure. All right, folks, we're going to get into this, but the first thing we're going to do before we actually get to the actual showcase, we're going to talk about a problem. We're going to talk about a problem that just may happen if you are playing Traveler and you own a starship. It's just one of those things, y'all. Not a good thing, but it can add a little bit of, I don't know, adventure to your campaign if you want to go this route. So let's look at this itty bitty problem that you can run into if you decide to do something like this, just to make your campaign interesting. And then after that, we're gonna go slide right into the showcase. So let's do this and roll them. Skipping in Traveler is when someone decides they just don't want to make that monthly payment anymore. And so they just try to get out of Dodge. Now, this is effectively stealing, of course. So the repo man is going to be sent out after you after a certain number of payments have been missed. And an alert will be sent out to make repossession to all of the worlds and the starports and things like that. And the authorities will know that you just skipped out from paying that bill. So if you decide that it's too much of a headache to keep your word, then you can go ahead and you can skip. Now, on each world that you land or starport, you throw a 12+ to avoid a repossession attempt from occurring, or to determine if a commercial starship that you are flying on is actually one that has skipped. You add a DM of +1 for every 5 parsecs, and that will be hexes on a subsector map, away from the collector home base or where the ship was built, or however you want to do that, with a maximum of a +9 modifier. If the ship has been to the same world twice within 2 months, then a -2 modifier is applied to the roll. Now that we have that unsavory business out of the way, let's go ahead with the showcase, and we're going to be doing 3 standard small non-starship small craft and also 3 starships. Let's do this. This little ditty is used for what its name says, for when you have to either abandon ship or to go explore maybe a nearby meteor or a derelict ship, and you just need 1 or 2 people and you don't need a lot of equipment or anything like that. You can use a launch to do that. Its size is 20 tons, has a 1G acceleration with a fuel tank of 1 ton. Now, the excess space is 13 tons. Now, you can call that cargo if you want, and you can keep things in there if you want, but it's called excess space in case you want to modify it later. The max computer model that you can have for this is a Model 2 BIS. You can mount sandcasters and missile racks as weapons, but you cannot mount lasers onto a launch. It has a maximum crew of 2 and costs 14 mega credits. This is an intermediary ship that can be used for some serious exploration and adventuring within the star system or on a world or something like that. It's a 40-ton ship. It has 2G acceleration with a 2-ton fuel tank. Its cargo per se or excess space is 22.4 tons. It can have a maximum of a Model 4 computer. Now, if a Model 4 is installed, then no lasers can be installed. You can mount 2 lasers on this, but those are the only 2 weapons that you can mount on it if that's the way you decide to go. The rest have to be missile racks or sandcasters. It has a crew of 2 and costs 20 mega credits. This is one of the most common small craft seen in a system in the Traveler universe. It's designed to carry passengers and cargo from a world to an orbital starport or ship. Its size is 95 tons. It has 3G accelerations with a 2.85 ton fuel tank. It has a 71-ton cargo space. Again, it's excess space technically. It can handle a Model 4 computer, and that's the max. You can mount 2 lasers on this, and the rest can have to be missile racks or sandcasters. If you do a Model 3 computer, you can only mount 1 laser. If you do a Model 4 computer, then you can't do any lasers. It takes a crew of 2, and the cost is 33 mega credits. This is an entry-level starship meant for small crews and scouting missions, hence the name. The small hull makes it capable of faster speeds than merchant ships. Now, it's 100 tons, streamlined. It has all Type A drives. It makes it capable of jump 2 and 2G acceleration. It has a 40-ton fuel tank with only 3 tons of cargo space. Ouch! It does carry a vehicle, which is an air raft on board. So if you don't want to carry that vehicle, then that can probably be used for cargo space if needed. It starts off with a Model 1 BIS computer. It has 1 double turret hardpoint and has a crew of 1, pilot and engineer at the same time. It has 4 staterooms, no low berths, and costs 29.43 mega credits. This is the standard and most common merchant ship in the game. When you want to make some money, this is your entry-level ship to start off with. 200 tons, streamlined, it has all Type A drives, which makes it capable of jump 1 and 1G acceleration. Has a 30-ton fuel tank with 82 tons of cargo space. There it is, right there. That's where you make that money. Now, it doesn't carry any vehicles. It comes with a Model 1 computer, 2 hardpoints, and a crew of 4. A pilot, an engineer, a medic, and steward. Has 10 staterooms, 20 low berths. That's what I'm saying, y'all. This is a ship you get to make money. And the cost is 37.08 mega credits. Well, as the name says, this is a ship for those who have a little bit of money. So you can entertain guests on space flights, but you can also use this as a moneymaker, as a luxury space vehicle, as one or two of its staterooms is normally converted into special suites where either the owner resides or extra money can be charged for those special accommodations. This is a 200-ton non-streamlined ship, so you got to go to a starport in order to get that gas. Drives are all type A, it has jump 1 and 1G acceleration capability, has a 50-ton fuel tank, only 11 tons of cargo, but you know, it's a luxury liner, so there it is. The vehicles on this though, there are 3. You have an air raft, you have a 30-ton ship's boat, and an ATV. Check that out. Starts with a Model 1 computer, has 1 hard point, has a crew of 4, again, pilot, engineer, medic, and steward. 14 staterooms, so that's where you can make your money. It doesn't have any low berths because, again, it's a yacht. And the cost on this thing is 51.057 mega credits. So we laid out 6 of them, folks. 6 of them. We're gonna 6 more next week. There are a ton of ships. So again, I'm just going to be giving you a sampling. So we have this showcase here. Hey, if you got any value out of this video, you learned something today, maybe it was entertaining or anything like that, do me a solid. Could you please? Could you do a brother a solid and just crush the like button? And that'll do wonders for the algorithm for me. If you just give me a little bit of YouTube algorithm love. Also, if you want to stick around and just kind of say, hey, maybe I like what this guy is doing, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I come out with videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, God willing. Let's get to the question of the vid. And it's a simple one. Which one of these ships would you like to own if you were going onto the lot and you were like, you know, I want to own that one right there. So we're going to pick one. Either a small craft or a starship. Can't pick 2. One or the other. What do you want? Pick it off of the lot and let me know down in the comments below. Also, let me know why you picked that one. It might surprise people with something that, you know, depending on what you want to do in Traveler, right? So surprise us. Why'd you pick that ship? And that's going to do it for me. I have got to go. I've got a game tomorrow, y'all. Y'all know what's up. Hey, what's the game? One Ring. What? Oh, yes. That means I'm gonna have to do my snaggle puss.
So exit. Stage left.
If you've got a game this weekend, then happy gaming. I pray it is an RPG Elite session. So until next time, God willing, once again, I'm just gonna have to say, peace, 5,000 elites. Yep, that means I am outie.